Right.
Wow, today's an awesome day because we get to have a great chat with a wonderful woman, Lita Perez. No, it's not Leah Byers, which is me. It's Lita Perez. And we're going to be talking about her amazing organization, the Aura Clubhouse, and how they are serving in this community. And she's also going to be sharing a bigger picture of just the whole thing behind it. So I'm looking forward to you meeting her. So Lita, why don't you go ahead and just introduce yourself and share a little bit about your organization for a moment.
Right. My name again is Lida Perez, and you said it correctly. I just say it with a little bit of a trill in the R. And I work with uh, Aura Clubhouse. I'm very excited about this organization. It actually is a global organization. So this is not just in Florida. There's actually over 20 clubhouses in Florida, but we are the only clubhouse in Marion County. So for us, we're very excited about being able to plant our flag in this area and help our community with people who are working towards mental wellness and really focus on their mental health so that they are working again. We are Recovery Through Work program, which means when they come to the clubhouse, they're picking a particular job, whether it's going to be data entry, media, um, culinary, admin, clerical. Someone can be the receptionist, lawn care, gardening. All those things are available for our members to really immerse themselves into and be part of the clubhouse business. So it's not something where they're a member and they walk in and they wait for things to be done. They're the ones who are doing it.
Well, that's really phenomenal. And I think that so much aligns with just the whole foundation of why I have the Havanita Ministry mindset of sharing, because people in all seasons and all circumstances of life, in many cases, can share, even when they go through struggling circumstances. And in your organization's scenario, the mental health element is it's so awesome to be able to allow these people not just to receive, but to be able to give back because it actually is an investment in them. And I love that. And I really do want to talk about that more. But one of the things that just kind of made me feel like we had something in common is that I saw you have a 407 on your phone number, and I think we have a connection from Orlando somehow. So is that your home base originally?
Where I originally moved to when I came from New Jersey. So I moved,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Mhm.
So same idea with me. I moved to Orlando with my family from Pennsylvania. So we're both from the Northeast. And yeah, so just been in Florida a long time and we love Florida and we want to serve here. So I think that's an awesome thing. And the other thing that I realized, and when you talked about this organization being global, it really is. When I relocated out of Miami, there is an organization called Fellowship Club. And I lived very close to it, and I know people that have been engaged with it, and it's been an amazing service to the community there. And when I realized that this was all part of the same foundational organization, I thought that was really fascinating. So I think you mentioned the number of how many organizations or chapters there are of this type of thing. Um,
We,
what is that?
well, there are over 350 clubhouses all over the world.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, we're having the conference in May here in Florida, where all these different clubhouses from all over the world from are going to be coming to Florida for our conference, for our world conference.
That's incredible. That's incredible.
And you know how it started was just 7 patients were in a facility and they were all discharged at the same time. But while they were at the facility, they started a club called WANA, WANA. We are not alone. And they felt that this club that they formed in there was really integral to their recovery. So when these 7 patients were released, they said, how about we still meet with each other? Because they just felt such camaraderie and support from one another. So they met on the steps of the library every single day. And 2 women found out about it, Elizabeth Schermerhorn and Hetty Richard. And they decided, you know what, we have a house over here if you want to meet here instead of meeting on the steps, because they noticed that these people were meeting there every day. So they did, they went to the house, and while they were there, they started putting a newsletter together for the other patients to come there. They, somebody made sandwiches, somebody cleaned the bathrooms, somebody, you know, put furniture together and made it really home living like a house. From that evolved what is now known as Clubhouse. And that was back in 1948 that they met on the steps of the New York City Library.
Wow, that is
7 people
incredible.
created a world movement. Isn't that wonderful?
It is wonderful, and it is amazing that it was started kind of by people that were the ones that were struggling to begin with, you know, and just recognizing that we do need to stay connected. And when people have compassion and understanding for each other, they can really do so much more and are willing to do so much more
You know,
when we have that. So I love hearing that and that explanation of it. And one of the other things that I think I mentioned to you as we were planning for this podcast is I have a brother that passed away in 2018. And from about the time he was 15, he had a crisis. There had been other crises before that. He was using drugs and things like that. But as it turned out, he was probably medicating himself for schizophrenia. And so he basically having a person with a very severe mental illness, but a lot of times a schizophrenic person is very smart. They have moments of and seasons of being very on it when they take their medication, which my brother actually was more the unusual than the usual. He did take his medication. He was pretty consistent. He'd have a little ups and downs every once in a while, but in general, he was a little bit more stable in that. And these type of things, the interrelationship, he did even have a season where he was staying in a similar place like that in Orlando, where he was collaborating with other people. And I thought it was a really good experience. And I think, you know, for me, having the privilege of letting other people learn about this organization and how important the work is for these humans and how generous it is, and also some of the needs that the organization has so that they continue to serve, so you guys continue to do all the things that you're doing is really important. So just, you know, I just am really grateful for what you all are doing and I appreciate it.
well, it is our pleasure. And first of all, I'm so sorry for your loss. I know how difficult that is. And so many of us have had that family member. You know, we had an uncle who lived with us who had mental illness, and it was so strange to see the vibrant person that he was to what he became, you know? And so we all have had that experience, whether we know someone who or someone in our family, we all have that experience of someone going through a crisis. I think that in 2020 was very telling when we all had to shut our doors. The very thing that we're trying to do is bring them out of that seclusion, right? So that was a very difficult time, but we continued to do our Zooms just like this to have meetings with our members who all of us were, you know, wearing masks or staying indoors. And it was very helpful for them. It's amazing the resiliency of our members and how they really gravitate to one another and support each other. And there's no stigma. They understand who they are and they respect that. And all they want to do is really help and be a part of something that's significant and creates a value in our community. So most of these clubhouses, all of these clubhouses are doing the same thing.
Incredible. I think it's incredible. And I think that there are some things that you all give in this community that are amazing. But there are some things that you guys could receive that could take it to the next level. And I know that we've talked about that a little bit. We know that you got some things coming up. But one of the things that you've mentioned a few times, as I've had the privilege of hearing your presentations, is that your facility is a little small and you guys don't own it.
We don't. That is definitely one of our biggest needs. We're currently renting. The kitchen doesn't have a stove and it doesn't have uh, dishwasher. So but we make do where we can. And the space is so tight that it really doesn't allow us to stretch and spread our wings, as it were. We're really looking forward to purchasing our own clubhouse. We've only been a 501(c)(3) for going on 2 years now. So we started with NAMI. NAMI received a bequeathment from a wonderful woman called Aura Evola. She made a bequeathment, and because of that, NAMI was able to start Aura Clubhouse. They named it after her.
Can
That was,
you provide the abbreviation of NAMI? It's
oh,
National
National Alliance on Mental Illness.
National Alliance on Mental Illness. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a national organization. It's a wonderful organization right here in Marion County. And I'm so grateful that we had that start with them because we learned a lot. We really gleaned from their knowledge in the mental health world. So we were with them for 2019 until 2022, 23, we became our own 501(c)(3). All clubhouses are, that is their goal, is to become their own standalone place. So finding a clubhouse we've been in search of here in Ocala, there are needs to that, and we have a list of it, but it needs to be near a bus route. It needs to be ADA accessible. It needs to have at least 2 to 3 rooms or large rooms so we can have our meetings, we can have our, dining. Oh, we never leave the clubhouse. We have breakfast and lunch there, and the members are part of doing that for us, So we're looking for something that's at about 2,000 to 3,000 square foot home that we can move into and make our own.
Well, one of the things that I think is definitely an amazing element of Marion County and the city of Ocala as well is that comparatively speaking, in the state of Florida, this is a relatively affordable location. And there are a lot of properties here and there's a lot of land and there are people here that can be very generous. So I'm just wondering if there's somebody out there that could help make this happen. I would love to see that. And if it's not just one person and it's multiple people, I I think that's great too. And that, it sounds like you guys, there's a regularly people could donate. There's places to do that on the website, but there's something coming up, isn't
Yeah.
there?
Yes, thank you so much for asking. We are having our live or a live telethon on Facebook and YouTube. You'll see things on Facebook. We're going to start passing it out to all our friends. I'm involved with a lot of different network organizations. So it's on February 8th from 4 to 6 p.m. And you could either join our live or you can come to the clubhouse live yourself. We are having a little celebration afterwards to celebrate the telethon, and we are going to have some raffle baskets. We're excited about that. One is going to be a love basket, so it's all about loving Valentine's Day. I'm doing a Hope to Home basket, everything that you would need for your home, especially if you have a new home. And then what was the third one? Oh, self-care basket. So we'll be putting that on the live and showing everybody that, and you can start bidding on it by making a phone call. And our phone number is 352-402-9001. That'll show up on the screen too. But February 8th, Saturday, 4 to 6 p.m. Look out for all the notices out there in social media and with your organizations too.
Fantastic way to launch 2025 and a way to really invest in something that we know that there are people that need it right now, but there are also people in the future, and the ripple effect of investing in something like this that is, wow, you guys are still a baby organization, which is amazing how much you're doing in only 2 years, as an official nonprofit. So I think this is a really amazing opportunity for people to invest in something that will have a ripple effect that is not just for today and now, but for the future of the community. And I really am excited to see how the doors are going to open for you all. And for sure, as you know, Have a Need Ministry, we kind of have a uh, faith-based mindset. And I just want you to know that we're going to be praying for this organization and what you're doing. It really matters.
That's wonderful. One of our other needs is obtaining a vehicle so we can pick members up to bring them to the clubhouse and also take them to work once we help them. Remember, we said recovery through work. We help them find jobs, so they're contributing to the economic value of our community. They're investing back into the community that supported them when they really needed it, right?
Yeah.
So a vehicle would be a great thing for us to obtain as well so that we can do that. We also have our outings on a monthly basis. We go out this weekend, this Saturday, we're going bowling. So we'll go bowling, we'll go to the movies, we'll go out there and have a great time together. So we're having an opportunity to really build some relationships. And a lot of these members are really just so close and they're really so supportive of one another. And we also have, oh, what was that? Uh, the, I'm sorry, I'm losing it here for a moment.
That's
Our
okay.
outings and holidays. We're open on all the holidays.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Christmas and New Year's and Thanksgiving. We celebrate that together. We have a place for them to be that they are, again, feeling valued, and being
Yeah,
a part of that is
that's
really
awesome.
important.
Yeah, sometimes it's challenging when you're struggling with a mental thing because sometimes your family doesn't see you in the same way that people outside the box do, and it's not always clear why we're like that with our own family, but it is important that there are others that can just really relate and connect and have this opportunity to everybody kind of get away and break a little bit so that they have their own life, really. A lot of times when an adult who's struggling has to stay in the same space with their family for a long time, it can be very challenging for them as much as it is for the family. So,
It is. It's a struggle for them to help them, and that's what we're about. We love the fact that there are facilities out there that are helping them, guiding them through their diagnoses. And when they finish that program, they still have a place where they can come to. Once a member, always a member. By the way, membership is free. It doesn't cost
wow.
anything to be a clubhouse member. And the only thing they really pay for is the outings that they go on, and lunch is $1.75, and you're getting lasagna and a salad and a nice drink, a juice or something, water mostly. We mostly have water. We really focus on the health of the individual, the health of their body as well. So we also have a wellness unit where we go for walks twice a day, and we also have meditation. So, and that's twice a day also. We focus that if we feed the body, we feed the mind.
It's so true. We are not just one facet. We have multifacets and we need to take care of all of them. And again, I think that the element of being able to bring this to a community rather than people not having any sort of support and being able to develop and grow in and of themselves with relationships is amazing. I'm very, very impressed with what this is doing and just hoping that as people are learning more and listening to this podcast and checking out your website, what is the website address?
The website address is Aura, O-R-A, clubhouse.org, theauraclubhouse.org. And you'll see there'll be a video there when you first open it up, and you'll see the members talking and expressing why they love the clubhouse. So please visit our clubhouse, or even visit our clubhouse personally. Come out, have lunch with us, let us know you're coming and we'll put a seat at the table for you.
That's wonderful. That was really wonderful. And in terms of, it looks like you guys might do a little social media stuff and things like that too. So people can check out that.
Aura Clubhouse is on Facebook, yes. We're just starting the Instagram thing, and I'm not very techie like you are, so I do the best I can. We do have support from some people who are helping us post on our Facebook page, but you can go to our Facebook page and see what we're doing on a daily basis.
That's great. That's great. And just to see the humans, that are involved a little bit and understand really the reality of the big picture. I think this is just again, a really great service. And it's not something that just popped out of nowhere. Like you said, this is the kind of thing that started way, oh man, my goodness, not quite 100 years ago, but it's going to be there in blink about 80 years ago.
Yes, yes.
So it's really fascinating to be able to be a part of something like that when you didn't even exist when it started. So
So, Lee, do you know, did you know about Clubhouse and that it existed, except for the fact that you live next to a clubhouse, right?
I did not know that it was a big picture thing. You know, you wouldn't even think about it. It was just something that I knew that in our community in Miami was an amazing resource for people, and it was just generously allowing people with mental issues to have a safe space. And I thought that that was an amazing thing. I just had no idea that it was aligned 100% with what they're doing up here in Marion County with the Aura Clubhouse,
Yeah.
and that those are aligned to that 1948 launch. I mean, it's amazing. It's really amazing. And I think more people need to check into that. And if you're listening to this podcast and you're not from Marion County in Florida, you could probably look in your area
Mm.
and see what would be the big picture name of the organization.
Clubhouse International.
Clubhouse International. So that's an opportunity for you to check it out in your area and see if there's something in your area that you can support. But if you're definitely interested in supporting this growing, very new organization, official organization here, we would just love for you to share. Not just share money, but share time, share information about it. And you may need to share this with somebody you know that can benefit from having the relationships that they can have in this organization. So there's so many ways to give and receive and share with this organization.
And
Amazing.
our goal is to eventually be able to also have housing for our members. A lot of clubhouses have already acquired housing for some of their members as well. Independence is very important. It's so vital to their recovery, that feeling of having ownership, you know? And
Absolutely.
we help with is the school education. If you're looking to go back to school, we definitely will have your hand on, hold your hand on that one and help you go for your goals.
Again, you guys are looking at the 360 of the human being. Yeah,
Mm.
that is so amazing. And I think that's another thing that just people could be praying for, that people could consider, that maybe there's somebody out there that has a property that this organization needs and that they could give, and they would be investing in the future. So I don't know what's going to happen coming out of this podcast, but I just wanted to make sure that people know that there's some amazing opportunities to serve and give. And also for anybody that might be listening that needs to receive, this is a great way to receive some support. So, wow. Is there anything in terms of anything else that you'd like to share about the organization, yourself? et
Uh,
cetera?
my goodness, there's so much that I would like to say, but I just want to thank you for giving us an opportunity to really shine. We have been the best kept secret for way too long. We really want to get some awareness out there, some visibility out there. So if you know of anyone, if we can come to speak at your chapter, at your club, wherever, we're willing and able to do that. So let us share this information with everyone that we can. And thank you again, Lee. I'm just so grateful for you allowing us to have this opportunity.
Absolutely. And Lita, I have heard you speak in a couple organizations, and she is an excellent speaker. So definitely you can leverage something that could be really great for your church, your organization, your community program, whatever you're looking for. This is a great person to bring in because she can not only talk about her organization, but she can talk about how to help people manage their mental fitness in relationships. So I hope that people jump in.
Yes, they
All
will.
right. Thank you so much.
Have a great day.